Okay, so I'm recording.
Fine.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm good.
It's weird that you're on the hot seat and I'm sitting here, right?
Yes. I rather have you next to me. It's more fun.
I know, I know. But I got this question, and I know it makes sense a comment that the person wants to know what your perspective on this whole move is, because we've not heard your perspective. It's just me making videos about how I feel about Netherlands and all that. And so, yeah, that's why we're here today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, what do you think in the first
But
place?
maybe some people don't know who I am, no?
Okay, so this is my partner, my wife, Elaine, and we lived in Ghana for 5 years since 2019, and then decided to move in 2024. And the
Last
first,
year. Yes.
yeah, the first question even is, did you even want to move?
That was a process. Yes, it was a family decision, so it was a joint decision in the end. What we did as being together, we try to reflect almost every 2 years to see where we currently in our life with work and what the things we would like to do.
Yeah.
And then also discuss, do we want to stay in Ghana or is Netherlands still an option? And it kind of evolved because when I got my job in Ghana, we said, okay, let's do it for 2 years. After that, maybe we want to go to Netherlands. But then COVID came, so we stayed put in Ghana. And then I got an opportunity to switch jobs, which I was very excited about, and we discussed. And then I said, okay, if I am taking this job, then I would want to get really good at it. So I would want 2 years to do it. And then Graham said, cool, because I mean, he was freelancing, things were going well, so it wasn't like we're on the hot seat or anything.
Yeah.
And then we came at a point where I got the opportunity with that same company to move to the Netherlands. And that was also something we discussed about to see what opportunities are there for us. As you know, Kwame also works in the creative sector, and in Ghana there are limited opportunities. So for him, he was very eager to explore different surroundings. So it was more coming from Kwame's side, reminding me that there another 2 years had passed and that we would discuss again. And then we started discussing what would be great. And of course, we had a 1-year-old at the time, and it's like when you have a younger person with you, my family and friends were also eager to get to know him and spend more time with him, and so of course that was also something to take into account. And yeah, it was easier because my company at the time wanted to support the move. So it kind of came together after a lot of preparation. Yeah. Oh, I'm not allowed to turn. And yeah, in the beginning I felt a bit like I made jokes about it that Gabi gave me an ultimatum. If we don't move, then he divorces me. But that wasn't the case. But I did like living in Ghana. I loved the life I had built, and I miss my friends a lot. So, but on the other hand, it's also good you don't leave when you're already like tired of it, because you see that with some foreigners, they stay in Ghana and then they get very their like patience is a bit gone at some point when they're ready to move on. But
And they complain a lot, you mean?
they complain and they're like, I mean, yes, Ghana can be challenging, right? So I mean, you can't really blame them, but at some point when your threshold is getting lower and you let that kind of happen, it's sad because it's a beautiful place, but then you let it get to you. So then maybe it's time to move on. But for me, didn't necessarily feel as the urgency to leave now, but I think it was a good time for us as a unit, as a family.
So if you had your way, you stay longer?
In the end, it became a bit. I think it was okay. I think it was fine. Like, I mean, I trusted the timing as well. So there's no really. Why would we go back
Yeah.
and forth on that. Like we made that decision. So once we made that decision and we put it in motion, then it's also like, this is what it is now, right?
Yeah. And how does it feel as a Dutch person to live in Ghana for this long and move back? How does it feel to be back?
Well, now I'm way more settled, but now we're also like 9, 10 months into coming here. But in the beginning, it's like, and I was just talking with a friend about it last Wednesday, like, it's such a different world you step into, and almost nothing here reminds you of the world and the life you had built in Ghana. So the only thing that can connect us is you yourself. But you get kind of this, you're almost like an alien, like you're looking from outside in. So for example, if I take the work culture, so in the end I switched jobs, long story, not relevant here. So I joined a new company and they're all Dutch people. And then, for example, during lunchtime, like people sit together, like at a big table, and they eat their bread, often a lot of bread. And they talk about stuff. And for me, it was a weird experience because in Ghana, well, in my experience, I'm sure there are other experiences in different companies, but everybody would eat a bit in their own space, and you did talk a little bit, but a lot of people would be on their phone, and it's not like in our company at lunch, it would be a communal thing, but now in Netherlands, like, you kind of have to sit together and talk and eat your broodje and everything. So then you're like, with your Ghanaian experience in the back of your head, like, oh, this is weird. Or like, it would be different in Ghana, where people would eat their fufu and wache, like plates filled with rice, and that people are here, they have little bread with cheese. Like those things which, yeah, they're just funny to me. But you feel out of place for sure. Even though I mean, I'm born here and lived here for, I think, till 2019. So, yeah.
And what was the toughest part of the transition for you?
I think finding a house was the most difficult thing. I mean, it was very tough. And I think we did well. I mean, we never had to have any emergency scenario that we had to stay with family or like pack up quickly and go. There was always a plan, but that took a lot of time. So we did a lot of sub-renting, and through my network, I got like 2 or 3 places where we could stay for 8 to 10 weeks. But that was quite stressful. And like in the Netherlands, for all the paperwork to work, so if you need a certain citizen number in order to arrange a lot of stuff, and because everything was tied to like a permanent address, that was very difficult because we didn't have that permanent address. But at the same time, you need to get a permanent address. But at the same time, if you don't have that, you still need to register at the municipality, otherwise you get a fine. So you were like in between this struggle for a permanent address and then also wanting to stick to the rules that are there. But so I had to, long story short, but I had to plead at my parents' municipality whether we could get a letterbox address, and that was also very odd. And they looked at me like I was some kind of telling them to put the building on fire. Like that's how they looked at me. They were not used to those kind of things. So you don't fit into that Dutch box. I think it's much easier when you're both from the Netherlands. And then, yeah, we also had to do a residence permit, and we had a great lawyer, but that also comes with a lot of costs and works and extra documents you have to deliver. So that took a big chunk out of your headspace. Like the moving, we got way better at moving. I think in the end we were like professional movers. We knew exactly how to time it, when to get the bus. Like you really need to stick together. And I think that's one of the big, like the upsides of moving. Like it wasn't easy what we did, and we stuck together. And I think that was wonderful how we both pulled our weight, and we got this teamwork of, okay, I need to arrange this now, because outside of my day job, I also had to arrange a lot of stuff for us. So then I tell Grandma, okay, this and this and this is on the list, so I need like an hour. Can you be with Eli in the evening? Then after work, I had to do it. So you get this kind of, we both did what we can, and that really built a firm foundation for us settling here, in my opinion.
And how does that make you feel about the Dutch system in terms of like how we didn't fit the mold and how
Yeah.
everything is here? And did you? Okay, I don't think you had ever experienced that, but how did that make you feel? Did you?
I mean, we had a fair a taste of it when we wanted to legalize our marriage certificate. So we were married in Ghana, and then because of COVID, we didn't do a Dutch marriage and marriage in the Netherlands. So we wanted to at least have the marriage legalized in Netherlands, so that in both countries you are like, for the law, you are connected. And remember how long that took. Like there was something we had to send it back, and then like there were so many unclarities and little things that delayed the process. And then I think it took us about a year to do that. So then I was also like, whoa, like now I see how much effort it takes to, if you know, fit in the mold. But yeah, it's frustrating. And also, like, I mean, I am a Dutch citizen, so I can navigate the system a little bit more than somebody who's from a foreign country. For you, it like if you would have done this on your own, I don't think you would have managed. So for me, it also gave me the insight that the Dutch system is not friendly. It's not made for people who are other. Like if you're not Dutch, or if you're handicapped, or if you're not able to navigate that system, it's really difficult. And luckily we were together, because if Kwame, for example, if something happened with the residence permit, if Kwame wouldn't have been around, like that would have been a whole other ballgame, and I don't know if I would have managed. So everything needs to align in order to navigate it properly. And I really learned to double check everything. So if you get a letter from one part of the government, call them, pick up the phone. If there's another institution involved from the government, call them as well. Compare what they say. Make sure you have that all on record so you can show that. So, I mean, yes, people say it's much better here. The system works, for sure. I don't deny that. But on the other hand, the bureaucracy was also very thick. And even for us as a half Dutch family, it was tough to navigate it.
Okay, that's great to know. And I don't want to go deeper into mentally where you are with the whole process. I just want to end this conversation with nostalgia. What are the good parts? What's like, what are the things you missed that you are now getting back into, like, family and friends? What are the good parts of being back?
There are a lot of good parts. So we now have our own home, which is great. That's one of the biggest gifts of 2024. And also it's what I really enjoy about it. So at some point with the housing situation, we were like, we're just going to live in a tiny village somewhere super remote and we'll figure it out, because we don't seem to get something in the city where we want to live. And we were getting to being okay with that. And then through my sister, whoop, through a friend, she recommended us, and then suddenly we could view the place, and things happened very quickly. And it was great, and the location is great. We're close to the park, so with Eli we can just go for a walk briefly. Like it's like a 10-minute walk and we are there, which is amazing. He loves to be outside. If it was up to him, he would be like 3 times a day outside. So that's amazing. So we're close to the water. It's a 10-minute walk from the station. Like we never thought we could live this close to a station, and a lot of my friends don't have a car, so that's great. You can just say, oh, just walk to our house. It's 10 minutes away. So that I really enjoy, that everything is like at walking distance and you can go by bike. My mornings look super different if I'm going to work. I either drop off Eli by bike, then go to the station, sit in the train in peace. Like it's so different than how my mornings were in Accra, where you have to get, I would go by Uber and get an Uber and hope the person is sane and, I don't know, say goodbye to you guys. And there's an ease here. And you can be super efficient if you want. you can get a lot done. I think Dutch people also like that a lot. I mean, some things are like some foods you have missed. So the first 6 months, I allowed myself to snack as much as possible because there are a lot of things I didn't have access to in Ghana, and I didn't necessarily miss them in Ghana as much. But then when you're, I don't know, seeing all that variety of snacks that you missed, and it's like whoa, I want them all. So I gave myself 6 months to indulge in that, which was great. And of course, being close to family and friends has been like a blessing. I'm somebody who I'm a quality time person. So the quality time has been great to not have to plan. Whenever you come from Ghana and you're here for 2 weeks, if you're lucky, you really have to plan. And you always plan with like an ending in mind because you only have like a few days here. So now you have that endless way of connecting and just like, oh, let's grab a coffee. Everything is much more nonchalant, like, oh, let's meet up or let's do this. I like that a lot. And it's also really great to see them all with Eli. And of course, on the other flip side, there's Kwame's family who needs to miss him, which we're also very aware of, and that's sad. But we try to stay in touch and just do both. And now from the Netherlands.
Yeah, great. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about today.
Okay, nice.
Thank you for featuring again. It's been a
You're
long
welcome.
time.
You're welcome.
All right, so we'll end it here. All right. And cut.